Turn it up, it's talking wrestling time. Pond Water and Amy, partners in crime. Dropping facts with laughs and trivia too. Pro wrestling tales coming straight to you. Stories wild and questions quick. Amy and Dave with the perfect kick. Tune in every week, don't miss the ride. Wrestling knowledge served with pride. Talking wrestling, it's a wild ride. Dave and Amy kicking ass on the wild side. Grab a chair and join the spree. It's all about the wrestling fantasy. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to party and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to party and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show.
Hello and welcome in to Talking Wrestling with Pond Water and Amy. I'm Pond Water Dave. Joined with me as always is the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vaughn. Amy, how you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. How about yourself?
Can't complain. Can't complain. My Tuesday visit to a doctor was not a painful one today because I went and got my eyes checked. So
Your eyes are working?
my eyes are working. They got this neat little gimmick now where you can either get your eyes dilated, but for $35 more, you don't have to get them dilated. They'll take a picture of your eyes.
Okay.
It's got this big ass machine that you have to look in, and they get your eyes and they get a better picture. And I mean, for $35, I'll bypass the dilation of my eyes every time.
Right. Well, I'm sure you probably did that in between like drop-offs, right? Like you didn't take the whole day off to go to the eye doctor.
Oh, I finish up early. Anything I need to do, I do on a Tuesday afternoon because I only have 3 stops on a Tuesday, so I finish really early.
Oh, okay.
And like yesterday I was back in the dentist. My crown kept coming off, so it's just temporary. But
okay.
he did a permanent one yesterday and ordered it. So
is this the tooth that's just been causing
this
us
is
problem?
one of like this. So the temporary crown kept falling off, and it came. I was afraid I was going to swallow it. And, if I swallowed it, then it was going to be kind of hard to find. I guess
it wouldn't be hard to find.
It would literally bite me in the ass.
You would just have. You might have to. Yeah, really. You might have to be watching what you.
No, if I swallowed it, it's gone forever. I'm not looking for it, believe me. But it just made eating different.
Sure.
Because this is going on the left side of my face. Well, I don't normally eat on the right side of my face because of the reconstruction. I just trying to avoid chewing my jaw up for that. But now my left side, with a tooth missing, it's been challenging. I gave it my best effort with a steak the other night, and it was really hard getting through it.
I bet your face though doesn't look as swollen, so that's good. I know that left side.
Yeah.
When you first had it was like you could definitely tell a big difference.
Yeah. Oh, Chris North says pond water the next day. I didn't have any corn. Speaking of calling me pond water, let me tell you what happened to me today. And if the guy that spoke to me this morning at Corner Market in Vicksburg, Mississippi, that said, "Hey, pond water," and shook my hand, I so apologize that I didn't ask your name, because I was just so blown away that somebody called me pond water in public. Because if you knew me from wrestling, most people at wrestling, they call me Super Dave.
Right.
So now that makes 2 instances in public that I've been called pond water, and that's directly from the podcast. So you could knock me over with a feather.
Ooh.
But
that's all they said. They just said, "Hey, pond water."
Hey, pond water, how you doing? And shook my hand, and then he went back So went to back to shopping.
Well,
Look there, T Weave's with us. Welcome in, Michael Whitaker. Hey, Michael, good to see you, man. Of course, Chris North.
oh, we got a few things in the mail, he said.
Hey, I hooked him up. I hooked him up for taking care of us and the Pond Water and Amy on SmackDown, which you can get your Pond Water Amy 28 shirts now at jumpinthepond.com.
Exactly. And if you want to spread our name on national television like Chris North, you might get a gift too. So feel free.
Terry said, "Are you sure?" I'll take either, Terry. I will take either. Kevin Davenport's here. Kevin Davenport,
recognition.
The host of the Double Drop Kick podcast. Catch him this Saturday night with the boys from Drunken Pop. God bless your soul, Kevin.
Exactly.
I hope when you're through with that podcast that there's anything on there that you can actually use.
And I hope you still like us. No.
This Sunday night, I'm going to be. I thought there was going to be a 4-man booth, but Allison said Palm Water's coming. Nope, I'm out of here. So me and Terry and Andrew are going to do the TNA top 10. And is it all right if I tell them what the top 10 is this week? I'm sure they're going to put a poll up. I'm not sure the verbiage of what we're going to do yet, but it's right up my alley. That's for sure.
It's right up. Yep.
Top 10 potato chips.
That's right. Oh, that'd be good.
Chips.
Double drop kick. You're going to have a great time.
I'm all that bag of chips.
And you'll get to vote on your top 10.
Yeah. Anytime they post the poll, we try to repost it. And it's always, the more people that vote on those polls, they just did top 10 TV dads. And none of y'all had the balls to click on Cliff Huxtable.
I think I voted for him. He wasn't my number one dad.
He was up top 5 for me for sure.
Who'd you pick for your number one?
Oh, Red Foreman from the 70s show.
He was my number 2. I put Dan Connor. I like both. I put Red Foreman though too. I like him too. He was kind of funny.
Yeah. I thought Dan.
Go ahead.
But no, Red Foreman was who I voted for. But and Uncle Phil. Yeah, Uncle Phil was the number one dad. I just didn't understand. But there's no reason. It's okay to like Cliff Huxtable, but not Bill Cosby. So
100%. I thought you said he was in the top 5.
Not in their top 5. He didn't make the top 10.
Really?
What I'm saying is that their voters refused to put Bill Cosby in the top 10.
You know what, though? I think now I don't, and maybe that's what was going on.
Amy wouldn't be safe with Bill Cosby as her dad.
Oh, gosh. TJ
Chris
does
North
a
said,
great...
Papa Sanford. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, Ed O'Neill made 2 appearances in the top 10 as Al Bundy and
I know who you're talking about. Modern Family.
Yeah, Modern Family. I'm blanking on his character.
What is his name? Jay.
Yeah,
something. Jay.
Yeah. Jay with the hot wife. Yeah.
Dan Connor. He was the best. He was a great.
But when I think about Dan Connor, I think more he was a better brother-in-law, because when Jackie toted that ass woman over at the house, he just quietly got his jacket and went handled business.
That's true. That's very true.
No, I'll tell you what, Jay Pritchett is a great, he does play a great father on there, because the way that his relationship with Manny over the years.
Mm-hmm. Or even his older kids too.
He navigated all that, and
it's very good. Yeah, it's a very good show. That Modern Families are the cast, all of them are really good.
I never went out of my way to watch that show, but every time I watch it, it's good. I enjoy it. So,
yeah, it comes on. Was it usually come on after Raw? No, not Raw. Might be AEW, it might be Dynamite. Like it seems like it comes on after something I watch, every week, and it's like, oh, I like
Sometimes
this
you'll
little
find
show.
a new TV show watching, waiting for it to come in or catching it immediately after.
Exactly. What would you? Okay, you don't have to give a top 10. But I'm just curious. Besides Flamin' Hot Cheetos, what's your go-to chip? Like if you were eating a hamburger, do you,
With a hamburger with chips.
yeah. What
Oh,
what would be your
anytime I have any kind of sandwich related chip, the go-to potato chip is a regular plain Lay's.
really?
If I have a regular plain Lay's, that complements a sandwich. You can put it on a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
That salty potato chip goes. I mean, just I know that I don't too often eat potato chips with a meal.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh,
always a
it's more of a
snack.
snack.
But
Mm-hmm.
I like the chili cheese Fritos. But my favorite is the flaming hot Funyun.
Oh,
The flaming hot
everything's
Funyun, our flaming hot sauce, that mixture with the Funyun works better than any of them.
really
I
okay.
like, and I prefer the flaming hot lime over the regular flaming hot Cheeto. I mean, anything that we have with lime is real good.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, now our temporary in and out chips that we do every once in a blue moon. Let me tell you, biscuits and gravy is coming back. And a
Oh,
few years
uh-huh.
ago, it was out, and me and Stephanie were eating those. And we were out there sitting at the bar knocking out a bag of them. And I looked at her. I said, "You know what would make these better? Gravy." So we made some pepper gravy. When I say pepper gravy, that's the white gravy with black pepper in it. It's pepper gravy,
Yes.
30 weight gravy. So I made this pepper. We got this pepper gravy, and we were dipping the chips in gravy, making it even better.
Ooh.
Justin Davis, hey
Ooh.
Justin. Justin Davis says the new Lay's Valentina and lime is fire. That's one of our temporary flavor ones. We have a grilled cheese and bacon that's really good. I like
Ooh.
this Valentina and lime.
What does it
I've
taste like?
actually got
What's
about
Valentino? What is that?
it's just a hot sauce, but I'm tasting
That's
more
a
lime
hot
in it.
sauce? Okay.
It just gives a little hint with that lime. It's so good. And then we have a Vietnamese fried chicken. No, Korean barbecue. That's next year. We're gonna have we're gonna do Vietnam chicken next year.
I was just wondering.
This
I
year
was
we have
like,
the it's the Korean barbecue fried chicken, Korean barbecue chicken. It's a thicker ridge wavy chip. It's really good. It's
are
hot.
all these like in? Do they come in the little bags or everything's a bigger bag?
They come in the 269 bag and they come in the 499 bag.
Okay.
Which right now you can get them. You should be able to get them. Oh, look at me. They don't pay me for this shit. Here's your your Korean style fried chicken. Here
or Vietnamese fried chicken.
I'm popping and lacing. Here's your bacon grilled cheese.
Okay.
This one's underrated. This is really good.
That one's really good.
And then what Justin was talking about, the Valentina and lime. And if you can see the bottle of Valentina on there.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's just a brand.
Oh,
A brand of Hispanic hot sauce. It's really good.
So how often, like, do they do that every 3 months?
Once a year we'll really come through with those. We'll
Bye,
come
Andrew.
through with those. I mean, we've done those 3. We'll do then they'll just mix some one-offs every now and then. But I saw them at Dollar General when I was changing out the signage that the gravy one's coming. I mean the gravy one's coming back, and I'm really excited about that one.
Good deal. I cannot wait to get your list, Terry. You better have lots of options because I had no idea. Please have Vietnamese fried chicken on there. I'd like to vote for that.
I'm voting for it too. Hey, it's we do a thing at Frito-Lay where the next big idea.
Oh,
but you have to do like a whole marketing plan for it and make a presentation. I mean, if I could just I'll come up with your flavors all day long. Like a State Fair turkey leg. I think that would be a good flavor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that would be good.
but but they make you do a whole thing to like a bitch. But did you know that the flaming hot Cheeto is a flavor that was developed by a janitor for Frito Lay?
Really?
He got the ear of somebody at Frito Lay, and they liked the idea, and they got in front of the right people. And he's not a janitor anymore. There's actually a movie about it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
They pay good? Maybe we need to think about this.
But
I'll
I mean,
get
that
in
was
on
back,
it.
but that was back in the day when you could just share an idea with somebody, and
Exactly.
but it's Josh Rosenbaum. Hey, Coach, I like the new. Yeah, that's not really new. It's kind of a I can't say that. It's a Greek word. It's kind of like a gyro.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it's no, it's that sauce they put on the gyro.
Okay.
Gyro.
I think I would like that on a chip. I think that would sound good, actually.
It's it's a really mild chip.
Uh-huh.
But we have a lot of chips. I mean, Herman Lay's built that company on 5 flavors, and it's out of. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of flavors. Like right now I have hot mustard Doritos. I have ketchup Doritos. I have pickle Doritos. I have guacamole Doritos. I have twisted queso.
Uh-huh.
Twisted queso Doritos.
Really? Give me the
Loaded
plain.
late night
I love
taco.
a bag of red Doritos. That'd probably be my favorite.
Blazing Buffalo Doritos has really taken off.
Hmm.
Later in the show, we're going to be joined by one half of the LAW Tag Team Champions, Leo Riot. He's going to be with us later in the show.
Awesome.
How was your weekend?
It was really good.
What y'all do for Father's Day?
Well, we didn't do a whole lot of anything, which is exactly, that was the idea for Sean. That was ideal. We had breakfast. I fixed breakfast, and we hung around the house. And Sean wanted. We have a little restaurant here in Mayfield. It's called Ace's Pizza. They have like Chicago style. He's like, that's what he wanted for supper. And we did that. He opened his presents. We got him some. I think for Dad, it's always like things like it was some undershirts and some cologne, things like that they need or that they want. I got my dad. He wanted some new socks. That's what me and my sisters went in and got our dad like a little box of his favorite things. And I had gotten these cups, whiskey cups that are made out of the barrel that he could, because he's a big bourbon drinker, and got him some pistachios and got him some socks. That's exactly what he wanted. So that's what we got him. And it was a good weekend. We just kind of all hung around, and I watched my nephew for a little bit, and we just Thursday night. Do you want to talk about? Can I talk about what I did Thursday night?
Let's talk about it.
Okay. So
my Father's Day was fine.
Well, go ahead. Okay, tell us about your Father's Day, and then I'll tell you what.
We'll do it after we talk about what you did on Thursday. Wait a minute, I got that.
All right. So Thursday night, this whole past week was the fair in my county. And they brought in pro wrestling. I can't tell you the last time pro wrestling has been.
We need a segment of you two trying to say pistachios and tzatziki.
Pistachios and tzatziki. Well, if I think about it, I could say it. Pistachios. But so we had live pro wrestling from Pro Wrestling Entertainment. They are a outfit out of Nashville. They came up and put on a great show for us Thursday night. I took my nephews, and they are 12, 10, and 5. And a blast was had by all. I will say that much.
Let me ask you,
The
how was the king?
He looked great. He really did. He just signed autographs. He did not get in the ring.
Did he
But
did he talk to the crowd?
no, he didn't come out and talk to the crowd. But
Okay.
he had a huge line, and he talked to everybody that came up there, and he looked really good. I thought he did. I mean, um, I didn't get his autograph. I already have it, and his line was super long. But I really wanted a picture with Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert. And I did get my picture taken with them. I was really excited about that. I had my Talking Wrestling hat on, and Doug Gilbert was like, Talking Wrestling. I said, yeah, you need to come on. No. He's like, what? No. But Tommy Rich and Doug Gilbert, they had a stretcher match with Alex Taylor and Jeremiah Plunkton. And now Alex
Jeremiah who?
Is it not
Plunkett.
Plunkett, what'd I say?
Plumpkin.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm sorry. I can't.
I mean, if you'd said Blumpkin, it would have been something completely different.
Oh, I know. I learned the hard way with you all a lot of times. So but they're both NWA champions, but they were Wildfire and Gilbert were against. So it was a stretcher match. They went into the stands. They were next to us. They were throwing trash. Oh, my nephews were loving it. Now, my 5-year-old nephew was a little concerned with all this going on, but he had a good time. But it was great. My dad went. He was with us. He helped me with the nephews. But it was a great time. We were there it was about 2 hours. Good wrestling, it was fun. And they said they're coming back. They'd like to come back. So like I said, it was really it was fun time to see some independent wrestling closer to me. And so, but I did that Thursday. That was really fun. That kind of started off my weekend, I guess you could say.
Well, the pictures that you gave me, for some reason, the PDF will not load, and I've got Steph working on it.
Oh, okay. It's just the pictures of the
I know, and I wanted to share them.
match.
They're really neat. But every now and then I'll create a PDF, and I've done it twice now. So
it's just they didn't like my pictures from my phone, or maybe the way I sent them to you. Who knows?
I don't know.
There was one guy. His name is Reese Richards. He is from Grace County, and he's a young professional wrestler. This was his debut at home. That was great. That was so fun. You could obviously see his family in the audience. And so that was
so
really
he wrestles
cool
when he's not in the Fantastic Four?
I guess. Reese.
Oh, Reese Richards.
Reese Richards.
Oh, not Reed Richards.
No.
All right.
But he did good on his debut. There was another guy that was from Murray, which is just the town over. But like I said, it was a good time. It was a good time by all. It was really enjoyable.
I mean, that's a good looking poster.
Yeah.
Man, Jeremiah, I've worked with Jeremiah Plunkett before. He is, he's something.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of him.
Alex Taylor. I mean, again, both of them did a great job. Of course, they're they're in the stretcher. Of course, they lost. Imagine that. But they were all over. Like I said, they were all over the place, and so they did. It was very entertaining. Hit them with bats and different things like that. I mean, it was it was great. It was just great. I loved it.
Well, that's good, man. My daughter came in. My baby girl. When I say baby girl, she's mid-30s, but her and her husband came in to visit me for the weekend. And we got up Saturday and we drove down to Natchez, which is about 45 minutes south. And we went and toured a couple of the antebellum homes down there.
Oh, cool.
It's right there on the Mississippi River. There's the first one we went to was a house called Rosalie, and they didn't have a tour guide for us that day, and that's unfortunate. Now I've gone a few times, and we read the. I mean, I tried to share with Ricky. Brittany's been there before. I tried to share with Rick some of the stories because Grant's army took over the house, moved the sisters out of their bedroom because the commander took the main bedroom, but they got all the mirrors and furniture and they wrapped it up and they took it upstairs in the attic, and they didn't tear the house up while they were there. But it gave them a strategic out. It was on an outlook of the river, so it gave them a strategic advantage.
Yes.
And but it's just such a beautiful house with the furniture and the silver and the china, and they got a
I
table.
bet.
They got a table that sits right outside the window, and that table's been sitting there for over 200 years. The same table, because you come from the
Ooh.
kitchen and put the food
Yeah.
there that you can come through the window with it. And that, like in
Oh.
front of the fireplace, there's a like a metal box that the plates would sit on, that you could keep the food warm. I mean, food warmers, and it's just the beautiful, beautiful house. But then we left and we went to another house called Longwood. Hey now, we went to Longwood, and
Uh-huh.
the cool part about this house is the man that was building it. It's an octagon, no hallways.
Really?
The basement was 10,000 square feet, and they'd finished that first.
Uh-huh.
And that's where they were going to live while they were building the next levels.
Yeah.
It was going to be
Smart.
30,000 square feet when they were done.
My God.
750,000 bricks, all made by hand. You could actually see fingerprints on the bricks on some of them.
Was this a
It's an
plantation
architectural.
owner? What was he like what?
It wasn't a plantation
Why would you
per
need a
se.
house
I
like
mean,
that? Lord.
he
A
but
ship. If he was on the Mississippi River, you think he was
he
some
was not
kind
on the
of
Mississippi. No, this is
oh,
separate. But
oh,
the estate, this estate sits on 86 acres now. It's kind of a bird sanctuary. It's beautiful. But just going in there and walking the 10,000 square feet in the bottom, and then they
yeah.
take you up and you get to see some of the unfinished parts. It's I took pictures of the floor plans, and I wish I would have thought ahead to load them. But I mean, like, the bedroom was 408. There was 4 bedrooms on the bottom floor, 432 square feet each bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
But the bricks and the wood, and it was just beautiful. And the guy was ahead of his time because he'd already figured out how he was going to do indoor plumbing.
Oh, cool.
He had ways for natural light to hit and come down and illuminate the rooms.
You don't know do you know anything about the builder or designer of the house? Like who he was or what?
Yeah,
I mean, his
there's an
name or
architectural
something?
group out of Philadelphia that designed it.
Really?
But when the war started, he had to let everybody go home.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
And he died before it was finished. So, but it doesn't really have a Civil War story other than the civil, because he made all his money in cotton, and then the money was gone.
Right, and then the Civil War happened, and
then his money was gone, but that is just more of an architectural marvel that is so much fun to go visit, and it's so beautiful.
You need to put those pictures up.
Yeah,
like later or whatever. That'll be good.
Well, let's have a little fun because it's 30 minutes until our guest is scheduled to be here.
It's fun time. What are we gonna do?
It's time for Amy's Trivia. Can you hang? How big's your brain? It's time to play.
First, we got to tell Ben. Good morning, Ben.
Oh my God.
What happened?
I lost the trivia when when I hit the song. I was trying to mess with Instagram, and I left out of the studio and had to come back in, and all my stuff is gone. So let me load it real quick.
okay. It's okay.
We're
You sound so
producing.
defeated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you put the stuff in here and I had it all in different windows, just because I left the studio, it should have stayed.
True.
All right. What are we doing today?
All right. Well, in case y'all may or may not know, but Bailey had a birthday this week. So I thought, let's do a little trivia about Bailey. We haven't
Okay.
talked about her in a while.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you, I saw Bailey last night on Raw. Bailey's getting a little roll tide.
She's always been a little roll tide, don't you
I
think?
don't know.
You don't think so?
Maybe I'm just not mad at her no more for blowing me off.
Oh, you can tell us about that. All right. Oh yeah, I do like purple's my favorite color, so you know. All right, we'll start.
Is it? I thought she was just a blue hair.
No, I think it's purple. We'll help you with the colors. We know you're colorblind.
I just meant it as a compliment to her. But...
Oh, okay. Pamela Rose Martinez, better known as Bailey, made her wrestling debut September of what year? Was it 2007, 2008, 2009, or 2010?
100% Allison Faye. If I can get away with it. You know, I could not blame myself.
Silva, edit this part out. Man, look at everybody's picking B, 2008. What are you thinking, Dave?
I'm going to go 2010 just to be different.
Why you got to be different? We should go with the rest of them, right? Because it was.
I'm a good host. I'm being a gracious host.
Oh, you're right. You are. You're very gracious.
Wow, I didn't realize she'd been around that long.
Yeah. Well, she made her debut in 2008. So.
How old is she?
36.
No kidding.
Uh-huh. She'd be 36.
You still have children older than that.
I do. That's
all right.
That's the producer reining me back in.
Is that how? I was gonna say, does that make you feel old?
No, you
she says it like that.
Can't creep on. You can't creep on the kids' peers.
That's true. That's true. That would
daughters' peers are off limits.
I guess that's good. What year did Bailey make her debut on the WWE NXT brand? Was it 2011, 2012, 2013, or 2014?
Is this a trick question?
No. Why?
Because I don't know if NXT's been around since that 2011. Was it still FCW?
You're going to have to figure that out.
Allison says A. Coach Keith says C. I thought it was D.
You think it's D?
I think it's D. Just because I don't think the NXT's been around that long.
All right. Well, one person got it right. Dun, 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 dun.
It wasn't me. Oh.
Well, damn. I was going to tell you a little bit more about it. 2013. She signed actually in December of 2012, but she did not make her debut until 2013. Very good. Coach Keith is on it.
On it like Bluebonnet. What we got next?
How many times has Bailey won the NXT Women's Championship? Has she never won it? Has she won it one time, two times, or three times? Coach Keith cheated.
I don't think she ever won it. Wasn't she the horsewoman that never won it?
I don't know. What do you think?
Terry says
0, 1, 2.
Allison says 3-time champion.
What do you think? Yeah.
I'm going to stick with 0.
Man, Dave, you are incorrect.
Heather said B. 1 time?
It is B. She's won it one time.
She beat Sasha?
Oh crap! Now that you say, I don't think it was. I'm trying to sit there and think of who did she beat. Maybe it was Sasha. I have to look it up. Maybe so. I don't know. Sorry. Next question.
Sorry, hang on.
Bailey is the first women's Grand Slam winner. Which championship title did she win on May 19th, 2019, that gave her this claim? So, what was the last belt that she won to give her the Grand Slam, I guess, acknowledgement? Was it the SmackDown Women's Championship? Was it the Raw Women's Championship? Was it the NXT Championship? Or was it the Women's Tag Title Championship? Blah, blah, blah. That's a mouthful.
Have the tag titles been around for almost 6 years? For 6 years?
Yes, I will say that.
Then I'd have to say the tag titles would have made her the Grand Slam winner because they're the newest titles. Maybe she had them and didn't. No, I'm going to go A SmackDown. I'm going A SmackDown.
What made you change?
And Bailey did beat Sasha Banks.
Oh, okay. Okay. She did. I couldn't remember who.
Because I want to say that she was the champion. I want to say that she's been the champion. Well, no, that would have been 2019 when she got that. That's crazy to me. I'm going SmackDown, though. A SmackDown. That's right. That's what I'm talking about, Coach Keith.
You know what? I guess that's a good way to do it, but it was the SmackDown title. So let me tell you about this. So let me explain this. It's kind of interesting. So Bailey won the SmackDown Championship, like I said, of May 19th, 2019. She previously had won the tag titles with Sasha Banks in February of 2019. And she had won the Raw title, or like 2018, I think. So what had happened is that they realized after she won the SmackDown title, hey, that's when they established what a Triple Crown winner was. And then they were like, oh, by the way, she is an NXT champion. And of course, they didn't have a secondary title at that time. So that's when they decided that, oh, yeah, she's also a grand champion. So she was acknowledged as a Triple Crown winner and a Grand Slam winner at the same time. That's when it had been established. So,
Amy went a long way around to tell us that they made that shit up. Boy, do you know how many championships? Do you know how many championships you'd have to win in AEW to become a Grand Slam champion?
Well, no, you don't. You'd only have to win 4, but you would have lots of different opportunities, right? You would have, as long as you won 4 different belts, you probably have all kinds of Grand Slam champions right now, if you think about it that way.
Heck, Mercedes is trying to be a Grand Slam champion right now, just carrying them all.
That's. I don't think is there one more, or is that it? Oh, yes, there's one more. What year was Bailey ranked #1 of the top 100 female single wrestlers in the PWI Women's 100 list?
I'd say that was the year that they lost all their credibility.
What? Now, Dave, wait a minute. She's a good wrestler. She is. She is.
She wouldn't.
I mean, do we want to say anyway?
2017,
2018, 2019, and 2020.
It'd be 2019 because if she did that in May, she would have done it in 2019. Terry said it was 2018 before she ever became a Grand Slam champion.
I think, when are you ever going to learn to listen to Coach Keith? And even Heather, they both have been hitting them out of the park.
Well, I thought because it was in May of the same year that they would have done it in 2019.
She was on fire in 2020. I don't know how they make that list.
Hey, you just got to understand that ever since WrestleMania in Dallas in 2016,
yes,
I had floor seats,
yes,
and we had a little place that we could go in. Had a place. We had our own restroom. Had our
like
own
a suite,
concession stand.
like a
But
suite.
no, I mean it was like just a little right there off the field, off the ground level. Because I was sitting. I had ringside seats,
right.
and I walked in back there, and I'm walking down the hall to go to the restroom, and Stephen Amell comes walking by. Stephen Amell, big Hollywood star, played Arrow. Y'all might have heard of him.
Yeah.
And tip in the private chat, I remember you fussing about her being #1 when the magazine came during COVID. I got triggered. Anyway, as I'm walking by, I don't stop and talk to Stephen Amell. I just speak to him. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "I'm good. How are you?"
Right.
Stephen Amell acknowledged me because we made eye contact passing in a hallway.
Yes.
Then Bailey comes walking by. I said, "Hey, how are you?" Nothing.
Oh.
And to
And
me,
what year was that?
2016. And to me, if you're a decent human being, when somebody makes eye contact with you and and speaks to you in passing, you can at least acknowledge that you were spoken to.
That is true. I give you that.
And I carried that around for a lot of years.
Wonder why.
But me and Jesus are tight now, and I'm kind of lightened up on Bailey a little bit.
You and Jesus are tight.
Yeah.
Chris North, I looked it up real quick. Under the original format, it was Shawn Michaels. Oh, I spelled it wrong, but that's okay. Because you have to know with the men's title, it's actually gone through several morphosis, I guess you could say.
What did it go through? What did it go through? That's going to be a shirt. I got to cut this. 4157. I'm going back.
That's terrible.
That's going to be a shirt.
Make it fun.
I think she was trying to say metamorphosis.
I don't know. I wasn't trying to say metamorphosis, but it's just kind of morphed.
It's done something.
It's the word I was trying to create has morphed.
And I'm going to put this in the regular comments because we're going to have a song for producer notes.
Oh.
In WWE, formerly WWF, the term Grand Slam was originally used by Shawn Michaels to describe himself upon winning the European Championship on September 20th, 1997.
Interesting.
I want to thank her for those that.
But now, also, now that we have a lot more we have secondary, what they count as a secondary title, what they count as the tertiary, the third title that you read. And we're having troubles today. So it has morphed into different groupings, I guess you could say.
Well,
that is all. But that's just a little knowledge, a little bit about Miss Bailey.
Okay.
Just so that we all have to know. I think she's a great wrestler. I think that
I think she's very talented. She's a good wrestler.
She's very
really
talented.
Good. She's really good. She's been doing her best work. When they need to get somebody over.
We'll just pretend that she was just so overwhelmed about WrestleMania and meeting the Super Dave that
she was wearing a dress. She was wearing a dress. She had no part of the show in any way, shape, form, or fashion. She was just there.
She didn't get picked to be. She wasn't one of Triple H's girls.
I don't think so. When I saw her, It was early in the card, and she was wearing a white dress. She's really pretty. She'd come out of a doorway and she was heading up the hall.
Did she look at you and not say a word?
Yeah, that's the part that pissed me off. Is that?
Oh,
I mean, it was eye contact and no acknowledgement. I mean, I would have been okay with a head nod.
Yeah. Okay, that was kind of rude.
Yeah, it was rude as fuck. Excuse me.
Great. Now we just got an E rating. I don't know if we did or not. I just said
I don't
that.
care. Probably won't be the last one.
Oh. But that's
if it's rated E, it's for every other word on TNA Top 10 when Andrew gets to talking about
wrestling, AEW. It's a little feisty over there. Feisty. But I do think Bailey's a good wrestler, and I hate that you had that experience. But you're right, though. I do. That's rude. I don't know what her reasoning was, but we're just going to pretend she was just so shell shocked that she just didn't know what to say. But yeah,
it was before I did Ric Flair's last match, so.
Oh well, but still, you're Super Dave. She should have known.
Damn right I am.
I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying. I didn't know.
Okay.
How's your weather? Man,
it's raining. It's thundering. This morning, you know how when it lightnings, you can normally count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and that tells you how many miles away it is?
Yep.
Me and my boss were standing outside, and we saw a flash of lightning, and before 1 Mississippi went off, it was the loudest crack of thunder.
Ugh. We have just been dealing with rain. We had birthday parties last night because in my family, we get together like once a month and kind of celebrate everybody's birthday because, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of birthdays. And like you said, it rained. It's going to rain tomorrow. Major thunderstorms coming in. It's like, goodness. And we've had, what were we saying? We've had 6 inches. This lady and I, she was telling us at work, we've had 6 inches of rain here since June. What are you laughing at?
Oh, gonna need a minute. Oh, God. Allison knows.
Y'all are hilarious.
Oh. I've never missed Justin Davis more than I do right now. Oh, God. Let's talk about Big Time Bounce.
Let's talk about it. Can you?
Can't talk right now.
Oh, goodness gracious.
The lady said I had 6 inches.
What?
Oh, God. Oh.
What in the world? Y'all are crazy. What are we going to do with y'all?
Oh, God almighty. Lord,
I'm
apologize.
sorry for all the children that are watching right now.
There ain't no children watching this. And if you're letting your children watch this, you're a bad parent.
My niece isn't watching.
Except baby's sister, who's an excellent parent.
Yeah, that's right. She lets her kids watch.
All right. Oh, God. Big Time Belts, Facebook.com. High quality, low prices. Seen here, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, rapidly approaching 1,000 days. The Forever Women's Champion with that spinner belt, wearing her Ribera jacket in Tokyo, Japan. That belt has been on TV worldwide. It has been traveled worldwide. And Athena is super happy with her belt that was made by Big Time Belts.
Looks good.
The Ohio Hatchet Wrestling Champion, Duty bops his ass to the ring wearing a Big Time belt. The Undisputed Pizza Champion. Look how happy he is. Jason.
I know.
He is so happy being the Undisputed Pizza Champion. Hey, speaking of champions, did you hear Joey Chestnut's going to be back to kick a little ass on the 4th of July for Nathan's this year?
No.
Yeah, last year they wouldn't let him go because he was eating some vegan stuff, and he needed to be punished.
He needed to be.
I mean, you don't need to be artificial meat hot dogs. I mean, it's already artificial meat. I mean, but anyway,
very true.
But I digress. And Nathan's would be well served if they would get with Big Time Belts and replace that ugly ass belt they have every year.
Yes, they should.
This was cool. Our good friend Chuck, sponsor to BIW, bought his nephew a replica of the BIW Southern Heavyweight Championship.
Like it.
And his birthday was the same day as our Brookhaven show.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to think which wrestler. Gio Savage carried the belt out and handed it to him at ringside when he came
Oh,
out for his match.
oh my gosh, what was that face? What did he
And the
do?
wrestlers have all signed the back of the belt. It was I mean you could have knocked him over with a feather. He didn't know what was coming.
I love it. And we all love Gio. He's sweet.
The WWF Ladies Championship, you're saying he's not allowed to make that. But when a WWF Women's Champion wants a replica of the belt that she wore, you make her one. Leilani Kai is very happy with her big time belt.
She actually posted it on Facebook today. I saw that.
There's the Ram Network Fantasy Football belt.
It's a very pretty belt.
Timmy C won it and gave it to a kid in a wheelchair. Made his day.
It did.
Yeah, I know. Who knew Timmy C was a good guy? We all do now.
It hits him in waves, I think.
Yeah, I know. Thanks to Big Time Belts. Facebook.com, join the group, make your belt dreams come true. High quality, low prices. Andrew's got me super conscientious about that now. Because one time I said low quality, high prices. So now
that's going to defeat what we're trying to
Yeah, now
sell.
I'm going to be very careful. But I cannot wait to show you the project he's working on now. As soon as I get the green light to show it. Let's just say that my wife can design belts.
Ooh.
And the belt she designed, there's not another one like it.
Oh, I can't wait.
In the immortal words of Michael Hayes, it's bad to the bone and I ain't teasing.
Oh, I can't wait. How long? What do you think? Couple weeks, a month? What do you think?
A month.
A month?
When is media day? In July. We're getting it together. We're getting it together to have it ready for media day, and after that, we'll show it.
What's media day?
I can't tell you, or I'll be giving away what it is.
Oh, is it with work or
No.
like? Okay, I don't know. Okay.
No, it's sports related.
Okay. I'm not good at secrets. No. That'd be fun. Can't wait to see it.
She outdid herself. There's nothing my wife can't do.
Yeah, I saw the ring that she made you and the Crockett ring. I mean, I 100% believe there's nothing she couldn't do.
I bet you with the given a little time, she could probably make the damn belt. But I have a feeling that once this belt sees the light of day, that other sports will want a similar concept of it.
Interesting. Ooh, I can't wait.
And coming up on May the 9th, not the May 19th, on July 19th, from West Monroe, Louisiana, go get your Bayou Independent Wrestling. Hang on, I'm producing on the air. I deleted on the air. She's got jokes. Here I am.
There you go.
And here we are. Bayou Independent Wrestling presents Caught in the Crossfire, Saturday, July 19th, 2025 at the West Monroe Convention Center, West Monroe, Louisiana. Get your tickets at Caldwell Bankers in advance in West Monroe, 2120 Cypress Street for $15 in advance. You can give them $20 at the door. But if you can't be with us in West Monroe, Louisiana, the next best thing is at markoutmoments.net. We are going to be broadcasting it live and in living color. Dave, TJ Stevens, Timmy C on the call. I'll be in the building doing interviews. Amy's possibly coming.
I don't know. Since I'm going to the gathering the week after, I don't know. But
it's going to be tremendous. We're super excited on our channel to be able to broadcast professional wrestling live. It's going to be a happening. And we're going to have Nate Collins versus Nate Bradley in a battle of the Nates, which ought to be a banger. We're going to have Raza Riley versus Frankie Thomas. That's going to be a, potential to steal the show.
Yep.
In the down in the Bayou tournament semifinal match, PJ Hawks versus Exodus Prime with his coach John Saxon in his corner. Ray Fury versus Hunter Law in the other semifinal match for the Down in the Bayou tournament. Man, it's always magic when these two are in the building. Bam Bam Malone is going to try to become a Grand Slam champion in Bayou Independent Wrestling.
Yeah.
You're a Grand Slam champion in Bayou when you've been a tag champion, the Southern Heavyweight champion, and the Deep South Heritage champion.
See?
And Bam Bam has not been a Deep South Heritage champion, but Barrett Brown is. And Barrett Brown does not give two shits about Bam Bam Malone's dreams of being a Grand Slam champion.
I could kind of tell, yeah.
Yeah, so
that will be a good match. All of them, they all are going to be good matches.
Yeah, and you say that like that's it, and that could be enough.
Yeah,
what I've shown you would be a great card anywhere in the country. But for the Southern Heavyweight Championship, Caleb Conley is going to defend against the guy that just put a nail in the coffin of Southern royalty, former two-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, former Southern Heavyweight Champion, Steve Anthony. Caleb Conley and Steve Anthony, too. The first one is probably one of the top 5 wrestling matches I've ever seen. I expect nothing less for this. And the cool part is that I'm not going to be refereeing that.
Right.
Because of the bad fall I took. And I've gone to the chiropractor and I was able to get out of the neck brace. Thank God, because it was hotter than 2 ticks fornicating in a wool sock. I got a little of my movement back. I'm working on it, but I'm not cleared. So I'll get to watch this match, and I'm really excited about it.
Oh, that will be nice. That's going to be a great match too. You're right. 5. Those 5. Is it 5 matches or 6? 5. Or was it? Should
be 6.
Okay, 6. Yeah, because of the 2 tournament matches.
Yeah,
those are all going to be great matches. And if you can't swing on down to West Monroe, Louisiana, we will have it live on the YouTube channel.
Mark out moments.
Mark out moments. You can watch it on. You can watch it with us and get some interviews with Pondwater. Get to see what's going on the ground. You're going to have commentary by the mark-out or the. Cannot wait to make that sign.
Well, TJ Stevens is a professional broadcaster, so.
Yes. You're going to have color commentary. I was going to say, I don't know if they've decided who's doing what, but they will be doing TJ and Dave and Timmy C will be giving you some commentary. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
And if I'm not mistaken, the plan is to give you 3 different camera angles.
Oh.
They will also have the option to switch for different camera angles and maybe multi-screen.
So we're really excited about this opportunity. So we really want a good turnout. It's great wrestling. So, you're going to be getting to watch a great product, but, we're going to get to be that, the one that brings it to you. So we're really excited. It's a neat little event, a neat venture that we're doing. I think anyway.
All right. Leo ought to be on here shortly.
Awesome. You want to tell us a little bit about Leo?
Leo is
on here.
I'll give you a little backstory on him. Leo is the brother of Sammy and Paul Riot.
Okay.
And he's been influenced by Eric Black and and the tag team, The Lost Cause, and he's feuding with his brothers.
Oh. Is he the youngest, oldest? Do you know?
Youngest.
He's the youngest. Okay.
He's the youngest. Actually, the Lost Cause had defeated Paul and Sammy for the LAW Tag Team Championships in the tournament
Oh,
final that night.
okay. Okay.
But he's a high flyer for sure.
Interesting. I like it. So we got a little family fighting, interfighting. That's always good. That's always good for TV.
Yeah. I'll circle back to Father's Day.
Oh, yes, yes.
So we leave Natchez and we went to Berry Queen and got a blizzard because you can't
Mhm.
beat that. And for later that night, we go to dinner and I take now you're going to love this. My son-in-law is really, really good at grabbing the check before anybody else.
Uh-huh.
It pisses me off. Because I
He
mean,
just
like
wanted to
he
be
goes
nice.
to
He just
like
wanted to
he can
treat you.
he can manage to get it done. He can manage to get it done before anybody realizes. I mean, you don't even see it come to the table.
Oh, uh-huh.
Well,
Uh-huh.
so they live in the Dallas area. And so they could go to any kind of steakhouse in the Dallas area, right?
Sure. Oh,
So
well,
in
yeah.
Mississippi, I got to take them someplace different. So we take them over to Learned. There's a place called Gibbs, HD Gibbs. It's an old store, and on the
Mhm.
weekends they do steaks and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, they take
Okay.
cash and checks. So when the bill came, them kids ain't carrying cash.
Exactly.
He just looked at me. And he goes, "Checkmate."
As you like pull out your check. I mean, they don't even probably have checks either. They're probably like, just sign it off. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, when he realized early. He realized early because it's on the menu.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's
That's funny.
So I won.
You did good. That's
All
funny.
right.
Checkmate. I like that.
It jumped off on me, Amy. Look what you've done.
Sorry. I swear.
You
I
jumped
didn't mean
off
to.
on me.
It was my last day of work for a little bit, so I guess that's why I'm just loopy.
I mean, I can't.
Sorry.
Words are important.
Words are hard.
Our
Words are
guest
hard.
at this time is one half of the LAW Tag Team Champions with Eric Black at the Lost Cause. Welcome to the show, Leo Riot.
Yay!
Hi, Leo.
How you doing,
tag
man?
belt. Hey, Leo, I think I gave you some bad advice. You're sideways.
I figured so. I thought it would be like that.
Well, everybody told me you turn it sideways and it worked. That's what I get. I'm going to
Is that
blame
better?
Terry. Hashtag blame Terry. That's a new deal we're going to start doing.
That's right. I think that's just blame Terry. Blame Terry.
Well, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good. We're glad to have you on. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Before you got on, I was just giving everybody a little background on you, that you were the youngest of the Riot brothers, but you don't team with your brothers. You're often finding yourself across the ring from them.
Most of the time, yes, sir. That's how it's turned out so far.
What are they mean to you? They try to tell you you're not good enough, or what? What's the beef with the brothers?
Look, I think more than anything, when I got this mask on,
Mm-hmm.
it just opened my eyes to see that I was better than them, and I had to go off by myself, get away from them. You know.
I understand that. They're trying to hold you down.
Yeah, nothing but championships and success has came my way since I've left them. So it just makes sense, you know.
It makes some sense.
Yeah, that pretty belt that he's holding is the Lost Art of Wrestling's Tag Team Championship.
That is a nice belt. And did you just win it? Is that what you said?
Against them, against the other two, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've refereed that match.
That must have felt good.
Oh yeah. You know.
Did they take that well, or did they try to beat you up like afterwards and stuff?
Nah, they were running. They were ready to get out the ring after I beat them up. So you know.
Okay, I can.
No, they handled up. Those boys weren't in no condition to do anything but leave after. I mean, they got beat. They got beat for the tag team belts.
They took a whooping. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. I mean, Paul was taken out early, and Sammy couldn't handle them both.
Oh well, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Will
you.
you have to have a rematch? Are they already clamoring for a rematch? Or
I honestly haven't heard too much from them since then. I'm sure eventually they'll want to come back and get a rematch for 'em.
I bet. I
I'm going
bet.
to add this in here. Look, I want to show. I want to let you see Leo in action. I think that's DE photography. This was down at Gulf Coast Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
The Gulf Coast. This was down there, right where I said on the Gulf Coast, Bay of St. Louis. Am I right?
Yeah, I believe it
Bay
was
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yeah.
But
Oh
this
my
is,
God. That's a great picture.
I mean, the kid's upside down all the
Hey,
time.
I mean, goodness.
Stephanie took this one.
Was this that the Lost Art? Is
Yeah,
that what this at?
this is right before this was the finish, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. That was it. That was it.
So what? Oh man, so is that your brother? So okay, so that's one of your brothers.
Yep.
Sammy, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Sammy?
yeah.
Sammy.
That's Sammy.
Oh, look at Dave there.
Look at this drop kick. This is from SWA.
Oh my gosh,
Look, and I saw that picture on his Facebook. I'm like, I'm sure. Look at that drop kick.
that's awesome. You are a high
Leo,
flyer.
I'm telling you, man, your high flying game is that is one of the finest drop kicks.
I try to make it look good as I can.
You did. Look at that. I mean, he's straightened out. I mean, he's right there, right in his face. And oops. And there's another one.
Oh my god.
He's going coast to coast. He's a flyer. And a cheater. I saw this and I'm like, I got to call him on this now. I'm going to have to be a little more careful when I'm in there with you because you're cleverly choking the crap out of him.
I mean, if you're not trying to cheat me, you're not trying to win.
Hey, that's my motto. And there we are. The Battle Zone Tag Team Championship and the Lost Art of Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
Is it with the same person?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, even better. Oh, cool. So you all are just kind of taking the coast by storm in a sense.
I'm trying to.
South.
We actually lost the Battle Zone Tag Team Championships to the Riot the weekend after that. So,
well, isn't this this feud just got interesting, even more interesting.
Oh yeah,
they just want to stay out of the way.
And a little self-promotion for me. I designed the Battle Zone Tag Team Championship, and Big Time Belts made it.
Well, really? Now, where is Battle Zone? Where are they out of?
Mendenhall,
Raleigh. They're all up through there.
Raleigh,
Mississippi.
Okay. I'm like Carolina. I didn't know where. I didn't know exactly where we were. Okay.
Ginger Griffin said she was there. Leo has a sign.
Of course.
And there he is with Eric. Right after their tag team win, and they're the lost cause.
So, I mean, obviously your brothers are into wrestling, but what are some of your inspirational wrestlers? Who do you emulate, or who did you like to watch when you were growing up?
Jeff Hardy's always, been my favorite. Of course, the high flying, RVD. Eddie Guerrero, AJ Styles, I just try to mix in some stuff that I see online and just really, just try new stuff all the time.
I like that Jeff Hardy. I could definitely see a lot of that. When you said it, I was like, yeah, you could definitely see that, what you're doing.
But those pictures just don't really paint the picture of just how well he gets around the ring. Right.
Well, it's amazing. It's like you said, the way he's moving that you do get good pictures. I'm sure he's flying all over the place. It might be hard to get a good picture.
But my wife told me to tell you that you need to do a lariat and call it the Leoret.
We've had a lot of
because the way
trouble
that you come flying around,
Hilarious.
That's pretty clever.
Lariat. I don't know. We've had a lot of
The
problems
Orient.
with words.
The Orient. She just corrected me. The
Leoriat.
Orient.
Oh, I like that. Leoriat.
She never gives me anything like that when she sends like graphics for the show. But she was so excited for that one, and I said,
I like that.
So you must have so you've impressed her because you got her thinking.
I sure appreciate y'all coming. And them pictures she took, I mean, I know it's hard getting pictures like that in action. They were good though.
They were some great ones.
She loves doing it because she wants y'all to have pictures.
Yeah.
And she's that way with the kids too. I mean, up at the school, she'll take 1 million pictures just so parents have pictures of their kids. And a few years ago, she started doing it, just taking pictures at the matches and posting them because you guys can go and right-click save and use them however you want to.
That's right. Can you show us the picture of him upside down again?
What have I done?
I think we lost. Did we lose Leah? Did we lose him too? I can't see anything. I can't see us.
No, I've done something.
Still here. I just see pictures.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just thought it was such a great picture. I could look at it later if I need to. It's just so amazing. Just literally upside down like that. That's so crazy.
Oh, the arrow moves around with each picture. So that's fine.
Look at that. That is so crazy. So what actually do you end up doing?
It's a one-time bomb right there. That's
okay. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. That's such a good. Don't blame Terry.
And that's coast to coast, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That was I'm doing that in a match right there.
Yeah, that was the same match. And all Sammy can do is look and say, "Oh man, this is really messed
no
up."
kidding." So, when did you think you wanted, or when did you decide you want to become a wrestler? When you grew up, I guess you could say. Because how much older were your brothers already? Like, I guess were they already in it before you thought you wanted to, or were you all just wrestling all the time together and you just thought this is what I want to do?
Well, when we were younger, I mean, of course, you know, we all played around, wrestled. My brother eventually he got a wrestling ring, put it in the backyard. So we all, you know, we were back there all the time, just playing around. It was really about a year ago now that I decided I wanted to start training. So taking it seriously, we trained a lot, like during COVID.
Sure.
But I kind of just, you know, moved away from that, focused on school and football, and then came back to it about a year ago now. So
really, so you've really only been wrestling for a year? And doing all that stuff. That's crazy.
He's been wrestling a lot longer.
Well, yes, I know, but I mean,
but he got serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, my first match at like a show was in September of last year, so it's almost a year now.
That's pretty cool.
Was I on that show?
That was my first show. That was my debut show, September. I believe you were.
I think I was.
You were there.
Where was that?
In McGee.
Was it at the fire station or the school?
The church. The school.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I want to say you were there. You may not have been.
Is that the one where if you walk backstage and when you walk down that tunnel backstage, that if you weren't paying attention, the air conditioning unit would take your head off?
No, I don't think it was. No.
That might. We get some interesting venues, but
I can imagine. Could you imagine, Dave, if you were growing up and your friends had a wrestling ring in the backyard? I bet your house was popular. That would be a popular place to go.
Oh God, me and my brother had a mattress me and my little brother had a mattress in the garage.
Yeah, but could you imagine a real wrestling ring?
We made a lot of friends because of it.
Oh, I bet. That would be, man, that would have been amazing, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. You had to be careful. We were young. We really didn't know too much of what we were doing, so I'm sure we were hurting ourselves a lot of times.
So
Y'all
when you
were
start,
definitely that message of "Do not try this at
yeah.
home." that was for you.
Oh, I'm sure when they started training, it was you had to unlearn a lot of bad habits. And
Yeah.
but Paul has been wrestling for my Paul's been wrestling,
About 15 years, I
yeah,
believe.
15 years.
Okay.
So Leo had, I mean, I'm
I'm
sure
only
that
20. I just turned 20. So I
so
mean, he's
he
been in it since I was about 5 years old, 6 years old. So.
so he was
Crazy.
getting, I mean, he was probably being shown correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he had the
Right.
advantage. He had the advantage with somebody that was actually doing it. So
Definitely. And wrestling around with you. That is so cool.
because you can get seriously injured in a wrestling ring, and they're not
Oh, yeah.
trampolines.
No.
Yeah, they're pretty rough. Depending on the ring, I mean, some companies have thicker padding, but they're usually, I mean, they hurt. It's not fun to
There's
just.
not enough padding,
Yeah. No, no,
and
definitely
those ropes aren't rubber bands.
no.
And
And
especially if you go
if it was
through the
in your
ropes, aren't
backyard, I'd
they?
be willing to bet was probably steel cable wrapped with tape.
I believe it was, yes, sir.
The rope, because now because the ring we have now is actual real ropes.
Yeah, it's completely different. I mean, it's very different.
And for you to be able to do the high flying maneuvers that you do on real ropes,
Sammy does a lot more than I do. I mean, so the real ropes, in my opinion, give you a lot more spring. So if you're trying to jump, further or higher, that in my opinion is the best ones to go with.
yeah, well, I can see it, but I mean, I know that they're still fairly new, so
Yeah,
they're not real tight.
Mm.
They're hard to keep tight. There's a whole thing you got to do with real ropes.
yeah, they definitely see at LAW shows. I help tear down, build up the ring and everything. And when we train, that's what we train in is the
Mm-hmm.
LAW ring. So
Oh,
it's it's different, very different than the cable ropes. You definitely gotta know what you're doing to tighten them up and have them good.
it was, but I mean, like I said, him and Sammy both are. I wasn't going to put your brother over while I had you on the show, but
Yeah.
Sam,
I'll barely
Paul's kind of like the Terry Gordy of the group.
Okay. The bruiser.
Yeah.
Okay.
now back in the day, Paul. Now Paul when they
Oh
first started,
yeah.
of course he would fly around like it was nothing. But of course with age,
Really?
he calmed down. He didn't want to hurt himself.
Can't blame them there.
Well, what you want, what you get, are sometimes two very different things.
Right.
But anyway, it's y'all do such a great job down there. It's a very good promotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's very positive promotion. Every show starts with a guest speaker. They do devotionals. I mean, the speaker will come back here and talk to the boys. Then they go out
Really?
there and they talk to the crowd, and
Who's the promoter again?
Paul.
Paul,
Yeah.
his brother's
Who is-
promoter.
Oh, your brother's a promoter. Okay.
Yeah,
Has he been on our show?
yeah, him and Sammy
I
both.
thought
were on.
so. Okay, good. I was like, I thought they had been on here, but I can't imagine they've been mean to you, Leo. I don't know. Now I've got to rethink this.
Nah, it's all their fault. That's what I'm saying.
I know that's so crazy. I guess, I have a little sister, so maybe I can, like you said, you're doing all the athletics that Paul used to be able to do a long time ago. So,
Right.
you might be a little jealous.
And no disrespect to Paul or Sammy, but Leo's taking it to another level.
Well, yeah, I've seen
And
some pictures.
you had a match
Goodness.
with Sammy. You had a match with Sammy this past weekend, and I'm hoping it turns up online because I'd really love to see it.
I will have to put it on there. I'll make sure I do that now that you said it.
Where was it?
It was in Waynesboro for SWA Promotions.
Uh-huh.
we opened up the show for them in Waynesboro, and we went at it.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Have you gone one-on-one with Paul yet?
I have at Battle Zone.
Okay.
How'd that go?
Hopefully, I can step in there and slap him around a little bit more. But
Well, now we need a three-way.
hey, maybe one day.
Now we need a three-way.
That'll be interesting.
Do you think they would team up against you, or do you think that?
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would have to. After I got my hands on them, they would probably have to.
I like that confidence.
So, have you had? I know that you've had 2 tag team championships. Have you had any other championships yet?
No, sir. No, sir. I think I believe I'm almost 25 matches in. That's
Oh, okay.
Almost 25 matches in.
Do you like being with a tag partner, or do you look at yourself as wanting to do more singles wrestling?
It really just depends, honestly. I like both. I'm starting to get more used to the tag team style. Of course, you start off most of the time. You're gonna start as a singles. So either way, really, I go. I would say the tag team has started to grow on me a lot more than what it was at first. That's how it's definitely started to grow on me.
How valuable is having a veteran like Eric in your corner?
Me personally,
I hear him talk to you a lot. I hear him talk to you a lot during the match.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always encouraging you and coaching.
Yeah, it don't matter what it is. He's right there in my ear, helping me make sure I'm getting through the match. So it's definitely a lot more helpful than just being in there by yourself. So
I think that does make a difference. Like you said, if you've got a good tag team partner who's looking out for the team, not just themselves or whatever. So that's pretty cool too that you've got that in your corner.
Do you how much would you credit Eric for that vicious streak?
He definitely gets a lot of credit for what he does. We both have to step in the ring, but at the end of the day, he does have the knowledge. He, like I said, if you're not trying to cheat, you're not trying to win. So if it comes to it, he gets the job done.
I grew up as a huge fan of the Freebirds. I'm right there with you. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Do you really think the Von Erichs would agree with that, Dave? That cheating is the way to win? No.
Doesn't matter. Get your hand raised and get to the pay window.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. I don't know if you really. I'm a referee, and my job is to call it down the middle.
I know.
But when I was at ringside, I was a manager, and trust me, if I was the manager of Lost Cause, there'd be a new level of cheating. Willie Buck's got a great question. Leo Wright, have you ever wrestled my favorite wrestler, and that is Ray Fury?
I have not yet. I definitely want to get in there with him. I definitely do. I grew up, of course, going to wrestling shows with my brother, so I grew up around him. A lot of other wrestlers also, so I definitely want to get in there with him.
That would be.
It'd be a high flying match for sure. Amy's froze up on us.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've got in there with Frankie. That's probably like the besides Eric, because him and Paul, they were on tag teams themselves. Eric and Paul were at a point.
I remember.
I did get in there with Frankie though, and that that's kind of like
Frankie Thomas.
Yeah, yes sir. That was like a full circle moment, because I've watched him since I could remember going to wrestling shows.
Yeah, Frank.
Oh, that's awesome.
Frankie is so underrated.
Oh yeah,
Frankie's so underrated.
He helped me a lot during that match. It was like a walk in the park. It was really easy with him.
Yeah, he's super good in the ring. Amy, you good now?
I think so. Am I okay? My
All right.
internet just went crazy. Y'all were coming in and out. I didn't know if I could see you or if y'all could see me. I didn't know what was going on.
I
It
promise,
gets like
Leo,
that
this
sometimes.
is a semi-professional podcast that we're doing.
It's okay.
So,
We're trying.
what do you got coming up?
Yeah.
So I believe I'm done for this month. Like you said, we just got done with SWA. I actually had LAW battles on SWA pretty much back to back to back. So I'm done for this month. I've got of course, Battle Zone coming up in July, LAW coming up in July.
The
And then I
25th
do
is the 25th in
25th, I
Taylorsville
believe.
is LAW.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I do have the one that I can tell you as of right now is Hope Championship Wrestling in Georgia.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll be going there. I believe I have a match against Sammy in Georgia.
Oh, cool.
So we'll be going there. And I got some other things coming up. It hasn't been announced yet, so I'm not gonna say.
Sure.
What part of Georgia are y'all going to?
I can't remember. I know it's not too far outside of Atlanta though.
Okay. Well, that's cool that y'all get to go and
For sure. Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Do you have how do
Go ahead. What was it?
No, you go ahead, Leo.
I definitely have some stuff that I should be able to announce really soon, because it'll be announced on their page also. But we are getting out there a little bit more, trying to, So
Good. That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have how do people follow you? Are you on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, X,
yes,
whatever?
everything, pretty much everything. My Facebook, Instagram, I believe TikTok. I'm not on Twitter or X. But everything's Leo Riot. It's just my name on there, so it's pretty easy to find me.
I'm going to look you up right now. I think I have you, but I'm going to double check. I'm on the Facebook. I don't TikTok. I don't have TikTok.
I try to stay on there as much as I can, and
well, you have to, don't you? So people know. So this will be of the way that they can find out when those announcements are made. They'll be on. You'll put them out on social media.
Yeah,
oh, he's real good about it. His Facebook is really good about getting that information out.
Yeah, I try to. If I'm booked on the show, I'm definitely sharing the flyer multiple times as much as I can. So try to get eyes on me and the promotion that I'm going to. So it's a win for everybody.
Do you know if y'all are in the tag titles on the next LAW show?
We are. I believe that match should be announced pretty soon.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited for it. So.
Well, I'm working that show, so
we'll probably see you in the ring then.
I'm not falling for the boot on the throat.
Yeah.
You didn't even see that picture. Okay, we're just gonna.
All right. Well, yeah, and I'm an elderly, so I will probably forget about it shortly after this conversation. Every day it's all
something
new.
shiny. You'd be like, oh. Hey. It's always new. That's funny. Do you have any merch? Do you have anything like that?
I don't yet. I am thinking about getting some stuff going. Like I said, I've been in almost a year, so I definitely kind of wanted to get a feel for everything and just kind of pay my dues more or less, and do what I have to do to get my name out there. But I definitely plan on it pretty soon.
Awesome. And will you probably post it on your Facebook page and all that? Like you said, get it out on the social. That's good. That's good.
Well, maybe pretty soon you can start challenging for the that Battle Zone. Do they call it a cruiserweight or they call it a light heavyweight?
I believe it's the junior heavyweight.
Junior heavyweight.
Yeah. I wanna. I mean, Gatekeeper and Frankie have been going back and forth for it. So once Frankie gets it in his hands, I'll take another shot at it.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see that match.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, I'll come in here and y'all know y'all know the high flying stuff doesn't normally it's not normally it's not normally in my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm telling you that the Riots have got this, I mean, they don't just do the stuff to do it. It's all impactful.
Mm-hmm.
And Sammy got it down, Leo's got it down, and they're right. Paul and that used to be right in Paul's wheelhouse. So if they're a high flying family, it's I mean, fingers crossed that you boys all get back on the same page one of these days. But
I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll
I
see.
mean,
Yeah.
maybe a 6-man or a trios, whatever they're going to call them. Or
You know, it could have been like that. They just never, you know, when I was getting beat, there was never no help for me. You know, so
Mm.
well, I think it's encouraging that y'all are all fighting with each other. Y'all get nothing. Nothing ever got me and my brother over a hunt more than going out in the front yard.
Well, and let me go
until I
ahead,
didn't
Dave.
have the advantage anymore, and then we cut that out.
You know, it was always one of those things too. Is like I can beat you up, but I don't want nobody else beating you up. So maybe you know there might be come a time where you have someone who is your arch enemy and a nemesis, but you know they're not going to let someone else beat you down, you know, unfairly. So that might be a
As
you
a
know
as a
possibility.
fairly new wrestler, though, who's a wrestler that you want to be in the ring with? I mean, that you
Oh
haven't already,
yeah.
or
I mean, I definitely have a lot as far as like tag teams go. The Russell twins, you know, I definitely want to get in there with them. I've seen them like as a fan, just sitting in the crowd, and I mean, I was stuck to the ring the whole time, so I definitely want to work my way into that. Um, Fly Def, I believe, is I forgot where they're working at now,
they're
but
in Texas. They are tearing up Texas.
yeah, oh yeah, they were tearing it up when they were on, you know, Paul's show a couple of years back. You know, they've always been good to me.
I've ref for them in BIW, and even last week we had Eddie Martinez on, who's part of Horsepower, and
Mm-hmm.
they keep
Oh,
saying that's the one that team is the measuring stick. They said they are
yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
was talking about them,
they
wasn't
they
he? Yes.
they really you know that you're in, you know where you're at in tag team wrestling when you compete with Fly Def.
yeah. They like I said, man. I that's another team that I watched as a fan. You know, I wasn't even wrestling at the time. This was a couple of years back, and I mean, they're just you watch them in the ring, and they got it. You know, they got it going on.
Awesome.
So, as
And
far as
Ray Fury, right? You said, right?
singles, I mean, there's definitely a lot. There's a guy now. This is definitely a long shot because he's I believe he wrestles on the West Coast, I believe, but Starboy Charlie. I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but
Starboy Charlie.
yeah, he's pretty good in my books. You know, I've watched a lot of his matches. He's pretty good.
I'm gonna write him down and give him a look.
Yeah, he's been on GCW, you know, Game Changer Wrestling. Uh, I believe a couple other big shows, but he's pretty good. I like him. I'd like to get in there with him eventually. Um, as far as down here though, I've worked Koloff in a tag match. I haven't worked him in a singles match. I definitely want to do that. Um, let's
If you
see.
do, please beat him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a
He's
kick.
always running his mouth with more Koloff.
Nah, he's a man. Like honestly, seeing him come as far as he's come, you know, he's really got a drive to himself. So he's definitely on that list of people I want to get in there with. Ray
I hate
Fury.
to say anything nice about him, but you're right.
I was gonna say
From
it
where he
just it
started to where he is, he's
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got that mentality. He's got a drive in him. He really does. And you
well,
can.
if it wouldn't go straight to his brain and his ego, it would be okay to say nice things, but you can't because then he just takes it too much, too far.
Uh, like we were talking about earlier, Ray Fury. Of course, I want to get in there with him. Lucha Lacora. I want to get in there with Andreas 1-on-1. I have not fought him 1-on-1. I've worked him in a tag match.
right.
Uh, Amp, You know, I mean, there's a lot of people. Jace Miles is one that I want to get in there with one on one. Braxton Hunter. I mean, there. I can keep going. There's a lot of people.
You know that I don't know if you got to. I don't know if you had the opportunity to watch any of the ladder match after your match the other night, but there was a high flyer in that match, and I think you and Simon Phillips would match up really well.
Let me tell
Oh,
you, the match that really got me to where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start training. I was watching Sammy and Simon Phillips go at it at LAW.
Ah,
Man, they. I mean, I knew after that match I was starting training, and I
mm.
did. It wasn't long afterwards I started training, so I definitely would love to get in there with him.
I'm going to ask you before we wind this up. I'm going to ask you. I don't. When it comes to getting in a wrestling ring, when I step through the ropes, it's never not a big deal to me. I didn't get. I can't imagine when I was your age getting to get in a wrestling ring because I've been in for 20 years now. I didn't you when I was a kid going to matches, we didn't get to get in the ring. But you having a ring in your backyard and getting to wrestle and learn the craft early. Once you made it to your debut, was the feeling any different getting in the ring as a professional?
Oh yeah,
I mean, because you get comfortable when you're working out and everything. But what I'm saying is having one at your disposal as a child in your backyard, did that feeling change any when you became a professional? Does that make sense?
yes sir, yes sir. Yeah, in my opinion, yeah, it definitely did. When I was a kid, like I said, I never really took wrestling very serious. I loved it. We always went, and watched Paul wrestle. Um, I mean, there was a point where he was in McGee Battle Zone every Saturday night, for years. So we were always watching wrestling. I was always around, but I never really took it serious. So once I started taking it serious and seeing what I could do, the first time I stepped in the ring, it definitely was a way different feeling. Even now. Every time I step in the ring, it's I get a feeling, and it's
Yeah.
just, I mean, you can't beat it, in my opinion. It's a feeling like no other. So
If you could bottle it up, you could sell 1 million bottles a year. I'm telling you, that's why I want to ask, because having one as your playground, then it turns into your office. And
right,
I just, and I know that feeling I get. That's why I always have to ask that question. They
yeah,
say if you ever lose that feeling when you get in there, that you need, that's when it's time to stop. But
yep, I've heard that also, and I mean, I've always heard if you're not nervous, you don't love it no more. So. I mean, I'm nervous before every match. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in myself. I'm not cocky, but I am confident in what I do because we train for this. You have to be confident. And I mean, even though I'm confident, I step in the ring. I'm nervous. Yeah, I mean, you got you're just in there, and it's a lot of anxiety going through, a lot of adrenaline pumping through your body. You're getting ready to, pretty much beat yourself up. So it's definitely a drive in you.
yeah, do you find the smaller the crowd, the bigger the nerves?
Oh no, no sir, not at all.
Really?
Honestly,
Okay.
the
I,
smaller here, it's so much easier. But I mean, going to SWA, the first show I worked at SWA, I mean, we were in a crowd of 600 people, 650 people.
ooh.
It was a lot of people. And that,
and they're loud. That SWA
right,
crowd is very loud.
yeah, I
And
love SWA shows. I mean, the fans. I mean, of course, I don't like a lot of fans, but I definitely enjoy going to SWA, and they got a pretty good crowd there.
that I mean, and we got a good crowd at LAW.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're
LA
just, and they're filling up
crowd.
the venues. As we get into bigger venues, those venues are going to fill up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, if it seats 250, there's 250 in there. If it seats 300, there's 300 in there, and they're all loud too. I just found that when I'm in front of a bigger crowd, the nerves don't seem to. If you get on that, when you walk through it, it's a really small show. It's just, for me, my heart pounds just a little bit harder. I don't know why that is.
I think I mean, in front of a bigger crowd, you're gonna have a reaction. It might not be the reaction you want, but you're gonna have a reaction. In a smaller crowd, you might not get nothing
Right.
at all. So I think that's more or less what it is. Because I mean, I've been in front of some small crowds, and sometimes you don't get nothing at all, and it's kind of it's just you're just sitting there and nervous. I don't know. I definitely understand what you're saying though with the small crowds.
It's not scared. It's just nerves.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to thank you. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm gonna after that tag match, I knew I wanted to get you on.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I often tell everybody, and I think that y'all have a family member that started refereeing.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if he's a cousin or a brother.
That's my little brother.
He ain't little. He's bigger than most of the wrestlers. But what I'm saying is that when he asked me, what do I do? And I told him, I said, I tell everybody this. I said, work, don't watch.
Mm-hmm.
Work, don't watch. And that tag match, I struggled to not watch.
Mm-hmm.
And that don't happen very often. So
that match was supposed to be so much more than what it was. Of course.
Well, it ain't ballet. Things happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, man. So it's when something happened, we recovered, we went on with it, and.
Yeah, I mean that was the match that I told you about, Amy, where Paul got the grapefruit on his eye.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But I mean, it happens.
Yes, sir.
And they went one man down, and Sammy fought the good fight, and not good enough, and the lost cause of your tag team champions.
That's right.
But I mean, you got such a bright future, and I'm looking forward that I'm still around. I'm gonna get to see a lot of it, because every time Lost Art opens its doors, I've got the opportunity to be there. So
awesome.
We like having you there.
I appreciate you saying that. That's right. Oh, Sam's in the chat. Okay, but anyway, when I'd love to have you back again.
Yes, sir.
If you get your merch store going, get your t-shirts out there. I know. One last question. I'm sorry. I promise I'm gonna let you go. Hey, what's the best piece of advice your brothers gave you before you started?
Man, a lot. The biggest thing was, wrestling, in my opinion, is it should come natural to you. If you're meant to be a wrestler and you want to wrestle, you should train enough for it to come natural to you. You really shouldn't have to think about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It should come natural. And honestly, in my opinion, that was my biggest thing. Like throughout training, I used to overthink everything, and I never would get into it because I would overthink it. I mean, simple stuff, learning arm drags, and just simple stuff. I would hesitate to do them because I was overthinking. And I think pretty much the biggest thing was just, don't overthink. Don't think too much on what you're doing, because that's making errors.
That happens. I get what you're saying, because that happens a lot, where they'll go out and they're like, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Well, they do X and they do Y, and then something happens and Z don't work out just quite right, and they don't know what to do after that.
Mhm.
Right.
And you blew me away when you said you've had 25 matches, because that tag team match the other night did not go. I mean, it just kept
Yeah.
on rolling.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
that's I
and
mean,
there's a lot of guys been around for a long time that it don't go that good for
yeah.
when things change.
And of course, I mean, I will give Sammy his credit, where it's due. During that time, I mean, that's a rough situation. No matter what side you're on, whether it was you hurt or whether you're watching somebody get hurt, it's a tough situation. So recovering from that, is definitely tough. And
Yeah,
if you can't do that, though, it you know, freak accidents happen, and
right,
recovering from those accidents is really where some people fail in wrestling. And another thing is like being able to go out there without X, Y, and Z and being able to put on a match. That's another thing. And honestly, if you can't go out there without X, Y, and Z, you definitely should start training on it. Because that's
right,
very important, especially in my shoes. I want to get in there with guys that have been in here for a while, and some of those guys don't, they don't like that type of wrestling. They would rather
right.
go out there, walk and talk. And that, in my opinion, I've it's grown on me a lot. Of course, I wasn't really comfortable with it at first, but once you get further on, that should be something you pick up on pretty quick, as far as knowledge in wrestling.
Well, you're miles ahead. And like I said, when you said earlier that you only own 25 matches, I'm like, wow, because what I saw wasn't 25 matches. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
the future's bright, and like I said, I can't wait to be. I'm hoping to be a big part of it.
Yes, sir.
Getting to
Yes, sir.
referee your matches, and
Hopefully I'll uh you'll be in our match come LAW. So
I can make it happen. They normally don't. They normally let me pick.
yeah, I mean, you normally do the tag matches, so
Yeah. So
definitely we'll get you in there. We'll get you.
I'm there for it.
That's where I want you. I gotta have it
All
so I
right.
can
Well,
cover
thank you.
your eyes for certain people. So,
Well, thank you so much for your time tonight, Leo.
yes, sir. Thank you.
And I'll see
Yes,
you.
thank
I'll
you.
see you next month. Be safe out there.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
Thank you. All right, Leo Riot, everybody.
I like that.
Man, that kid's got a bright future. They're all
Yeah.
good. They're all good.
And he has a younger brother. How many brothers are there?
4.
So all 4 are doing
4
some
that
kind
I
of
know of.
Well, no, I'm just saying. So all 4 brothers are doing something in the wrestling business.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, that kid, he's upside down more than he's right side up. I mean, but
yeah.
it's not that crap that I gripe about.
Right. I know what you're saying.
It's
Like
impactful.
getting his stuff. He's not trying to get his stuff in. He's trying to win a match.
Right. And
he happens to be a flyer. So he's got to, use the arsenal that he has.
Yeah. And, that match could have fallen completely apart when Paul got hurt.
Yeah.
And it didn't. I mean, it didn't. And
I like
it just was. It was just something. I mean, I say it on here all the time. When wrestling's right, there's nothing better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really. I love listening to him talk about how he's been watching his brother wrestles when he was 5, and they would go to the shows. Like, what a great, just what a great thing to think about. How he's watched it and now he's in the ring. I just think that's such a great little story.
Yep.
Little 5-year-old Leo out there watching his brother, and then now it's Leo's turn to be in the ring, and he's doing.
And he's tag team
job.
partners with his brother's tag team partner.
Right, and they're champions. I mean, like you said, they're just really. He's really doing a good job. So I just think that's such a cool little story.
Yeah.
I still can't believe
on that next show.
Ring.
On that next show, Paul's going to wrestle his brother Sammy, who's his tag team partner.
Is Paul okay? Or whatever. I mean, you think he'll be okay to wrestle? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Paul came on and announced on his Facebook page that he feels like he's missing a step, but he's not any older than the guys that he's wrestling with. And he don't understand, and he needs to try to gauge himself. So he wants to wrestle Sammy.
Okay.
So, because
again, probably something they've done a million times in the backyard, right?
probably.
Just that'll be kind of fun. Now we all get to witness it.
But I've enjoyed it, and like I said, I'm going to talk about Sammy a little too. Sammy tagged in a match last show, not the show before that. Sammy tagged in a match, and he ran over and he threw a drop kick on the guy that was on the floor that wasn't up. He should have been up on the ring in his corner, but he was standing in the floor.
Yeah.
And Sammy jumped and kicked him between the middle and the bottom rope.
Oh.
Drop kicked him and did not leave the ring. Off of him into the ring.
Oh my God.
Planted him, went after the other guy. It was like, you're not paying attention. Bam.
Right.
And I'm like, so
you had to have to be on a swivel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was just so. Maybe we can talk to Paul, and one of these Lost Art shows can make its way over to Mark Out Moments.
Oh gosh, wouldn't that be awesome?
I would love to start broadcasting independent wrestling shows. And if you're watching and you have an independent wrestling show with decent Wi-Fi, because that's important, and you'd like to broadcast it on a platform that's rapidly approaching. I mean, we're knocking on 8,000 right now. We'll be at 10,000 by the end of July. At the rate we're growing, we'd love.
And who doesn't want to watch good wrestling?
And hey, we're over in India.
Yes,
and we know that India loves pro wrestling.
Yes, and that just opens you up to a whole new audience out there. I think it's exciting.
Willie Buck has a question for me.
Yeah.
Tom Water Dave, are you going to any wrestling shows this weekend? I will not be going to any wrestling shows. The next show I'll be at will be at BIW, but I will not be in the ring. The 25th of July at Lost Art, I will be back in the ring as referee. I'm old and I don't heal up as fast as I used to. So I want to make sure. Well, I want to make sure that my neck injury from falling out of the ring at BIW in that dog collar match. I want that all the way. All the way.
Because that was quite the fall. I mean, you did like a flop.
It would have killed. It would have killed an ordinary man.
As we all know, you're not an ordinary man, right?
And
you're bionic.
I want to take a minute. I'm gonna pull the curtain back because we went off the air very fast last week. And with StreamYard, our platform that we use, if we keep the show under 2 hours, I can click a button and I can get clips. I can get shorts for YouTube, reels for Instagram. I can get all that inside of the StreamYard platform.
That's hilarious.
And I'm lazy, and that really, really, really appeals to me. So we were trying to get done. And when I saw it go to 2 hours and 1 second, I yelled shit. Because I knew we were 2 hours and 10 seconds of a show last week. And there was no clips. I can go get some. It's not, I mean, I can, but.
Right. But I know what you're saying. We both,
but we had a goal.
Like a little game.
We had a goal and it didn't. And I got tickled and I said, yeah, next week I'm going to have to explain what all that silliness was.
And it didn't matter because we went over. We're like, blah, 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 blah.
All right, everybody. I want you to we're fixing to get out of here. I want y'all to go over to Facebook. I want you to watch the brilliant one, Brandon Turner.
Yep. Brandon
Turner is cranking out content several times a week. he's doing a great job. And support Brandon Turner on the Brilliant One show. This week, the Double Drop Kick show, Saturday night on Facebook. It's also on YouTube. Their guest is going to be the boys from Drunken Pop.
That's
who
right.
just
Great
dropped
show.
a new episode, June of 1989. You go over right here on this channel. Check it out.
It's fun to reminisce of what they put things out there for different dates. If you happen to be around in 1989, some of y'all
yeah,
may not,
they take a snapshot of a month. Thank you, Lance. They take a snapshot of a month of time, and they do pop culture. They do box scores. They do movies. They have a great time. Check those boys. They do music.
And then they take an event. They take an event that happened. They talked about Tiananmen Square, I believe, is what they were talking about.
Yeah.
It just kind of gives you a little overall history about it. And like I said,
it
I
gives
love
you
it.
something to listen to that's not
show.
wrestling related. It's a fun listen.
Oh, definitely.
And then there's the TNA Top 10. The episode that's out right now, Top 10 TV Dads. It's a fun episode.
And you get to vote. So they always put a list out, and you get to vote.
And I'll be on this Sunday night. We're talking about our top 10 potato chips.
That's right. That's gonna be fun.
I'm excited to get on there with them.
You should.
And Allison won't be there. Allison won't be there, so it may be a 2-hour marathon because she's not in there keeping it tight.
Yeah, that's true. She's their timekeeper. Oh my goodness.
All right. We're going to get on out of here. Thank you for joining us tonight. I want to thank our guest, Leo Riot. I want to thank all of y'all for joining us. I see you in the chats. Willie, Sam, Lance, Terry, Willie Buck, Ginger. Allison was here. Everybody.
Exactly.
Austin Kendrick was in here.
We appreciate you all.
Chris North, Coach Keith. I could just sit there. We had a lot. Too many to mention tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Palm Water Dave, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.